the hungry woman who ate her own son. My dear friends, today I want to take you back to a time of great distress and unimaginable suffering in the ancient city of Samaria. Let me paint a picture of the severe hunger that gripped the land, as described in 2 Kings 6:26-31. It was a time when the city was besieged by its enemies, and food became scarce, leading to desperation and unimaginable acts. Within the walls of Samaria, the hunger was relentless as supplies dwindled day by day. The once bustling streets now echoed with the cries of starving children and the feeble moans of the weak. People wandered aimlessly, their eyes hollow with despair, their bodies frail from malnutrition. The city had become a haunting shadow of its former self. As the situation worsened, the people resorted to drastic measures just to survive. They scoured the streets, searching for any edible substance to stave off their gnawing hunger. The marketplace, once a vibrant hub of commerce, now showcased a grim spectacle. There were no colorful fruits or aromatic bread to be found, only remnants of a forgotten abundance. In their desperate quest for sustenance, the people turned to the most unusual and repulsive sources of food. They ate things that were never meant to be consumed, things that would make one shudder at the thought. From grass and leaves to animal carcasses and even their own pets, they consumed whatever they could find in a desperate attempt to fill their empty stomachs. But the depth of their suffering reached its most tragic point when a heart-wrenching incident unfolded. A mother, driven to the edge of sanity by the relentless pangs of hunger, made a haunting deal with another woman. This desperate agreement involved the unthinkable act of cannibalism. In their unimaginable desperation, they decided to cook and consume the flesh of their own children. In 2 Kings 6:24-31 we read, "Sometime later, Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, mobilized his entire army and marched up and laid siege to Samaria. There was a great famine in the city. The siege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 shekels of silver and a quarter of a cab of seed pods for 5 shekels. As the king of Israel was passing by on the wall, a woman cried to him, 'Help me, my lord, the king.' The king replied, 'If the Lord does not help you, where can I get help for you? From the threshing floor? From the winepress?' Then he asked her, 'What's the matter?' She answered, 'This woman said to me, "Give up your son so we may eat him today, and tomorrow we'll eat my son." So we cooked my son and ate him. The next day I said to her, "Give up your son so we may eat him." But she had hidden him." When the king heard the woman's words, he tore his robes. As he went along the wall, the people looked, and they saw that under his robes he had a sackcloth on his body. The anguish and horror of such a scene shake the very core of our humanity. It pierces our hearts and brings tears to our eyes. It reveals the depths to which humanity can sink when faced with extreme circumstances, the devastating consequences of sin, and the consequences of a world separated from God's abundant provision and love. But even in the face of such unimaginable horror, there is hope. The Bible reminds us that God is a God of mercy and compassion. In Lamentations 3:22-23 we read, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." Despite the suffering and despair, God's love and mercy endure. My friends, let us take this harrowing tale as a sobering reminder of the brokenness in our world. Let it stir within us a deep compassion for those who are suffering and in need. May we be moved to action, extending a helping hand to those who are hungry, both physically and spiritually. In conclusion, as we reflect on the anguish and desperation of Samaria, let us hold on to the promise that God's mercy and love never fail. In the face of darkness, let us be bearers of light, offering hope and compassion to a world in need. May we be inspired to stand against the forces of hunger, injustice, and despair, proclaiming the boundless love and grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. May God be with you till we meet again. See you next time.
Dear friends, this channel is continually fighting to keep sharing the gospel through inspirational messages. Sharing these messages with friends and your loved ones will help us to do so. Please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing. May God bless you all.